We are currently standing in the mess that is the yard. So we're trying to clear this. We ended up having a huge sort of backlog of pallets that have just been building and building and building. And so we put a post out last week and we managed to get rid of a fair few, but just local people that needed them, because we don't need this many. Lots goes out, lots comes in on pallets, but not much of our stuff goes out on pallets. So we just had an unbelievable volume. And ultimately we need the space because we are just constantly running out of room. And so we are resorting to all of our stock that comes in is coming in and being stored in containers. So we need to get our 7th container in place. And at the moment, the only sort of sensible location is going to be to go in this zone here next to the containers 1 and 2. So we're just going to clear this. So I'm hoping that, now that a big batch of them's gone, at least we can get, this week the guys can start to clear them at least and get them into a more sensible place, so that we can make space for that container number 7 and get that in play as quickly as possible. So it's Bank Holiday Monday today, so nice quiet day. Not tons happening. Nobody's actually working today. So it's a really nice, I love Bank Holiday Monday opportunities to come in. I treat them as usually 9 times out of 10 a day to come in and just have a day to wander around, spot areas we can make 1% improvements, but also get some of my own work done when a day of undisturbed and really crack on. So just having a wander around the yard, seeing what we need to do, some changes we need to make this week, and then going to crack into some work this morning. Exciting. I've just been checking out our sort of staging site for our new website that's currently in development at the moment. Really, really exciting actually. That is, over the course of the last couple of days, it's made some progress, and there's some imageries, product images are now feeding through into the site. So it's definitely put a smile on my face this morning, seeing that. So I've kind of opened it up and starting to come alive a bit more now, with a lot more graphics in there and a lot more imagery, and it's starting to really feel like it's closer to the finish line. So actually really pleased with that. That's definitely perked me up. And then just been spending a little bit of time really brain dumping, trying to get everything out of my head that's been sort of building up over the last couple of days, over the weekend. Just sort of, all the things that are going really well right now, which I think it's really important to remind yourself of, problems that we had a couple of weeks ago that are now no longer problems, challenges that I've managed to solve. But then also a list of what are the current challenges and what are our biggest problems at the moment, and then just trying to brain dump how we can get around it. So recruitment's a big challenge for us at the moment. Thinking about potentially some more unique ways, a little bit different, that we can really find great people to join this journey. So we're just not getting the success with your Indeeds and your usual things. So we tried a lot of boosted videos on Instagram, Facebook. That has helped to an extent, but nowhere near enough to what we need. So I'm actually thinking about going a little bit old school and doing sort of like literally mailers through in the local area, through doors. Just very open, recruiting now, sort of leaflets with some images of what it's like to work here, some information about the kind of roles that we have. We've done sort of local magazine adverts before, and that they've done really well. But I wonder if you only get a certain section, and it's just luck if somebody can keep scrolling and going through. So I'm thinking if we just did a little sort of A5 leaflet type thing, and then just literally blast every door in the local area, pop them through, and then if somebody, even if it goes through sort of an elderly lady's door, my thing would be somebody's nan might hold on to it, give it to their son, their daughter, their grandchildren. You just don't know where it could lead, and the cost of print advertising now, in my opinion, is so cheap. and I think that, if you just get a couple of really great people that get in touch looking for a role off the back of it, it's just a no-brainer. So I'm thinking about doing that, try and get a design put together, get something like that put together this week. I think that might be a way to solve a big challenge. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's got any other ideas that's watching this, I'd love to hear it, of what's worked for you, or continue, or something, a spin-off of what I've said there. Because recruitment just seems to continue to be a challenge for us to find the right people, great people that have got the right attitude, and want to sort of go somewhere. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment, just brainstorming what's going well, biggest challenges, what I can do about them, and then just trying to schedule those challenges and sort of strategies and tactics into my week, blocking them into my calendar so that we take action on them, and then anything that's not relevant for me, that can be delegated, and I'm sending out to my assistant, the managers, to team members, to try and help in the wider goals and push things forward. So that's what I'm spending at the moment doing. Just good to offload the brain, get it all out on paper, and then sort of get it into the people's diaries, calendars and to-do lists, and send it out that way. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Recording. So it's Tuesday, we are heading into the office for what is looking to be a really jam-packed day. We've got literally back-to-back. I think the thing with for the normal working week, when you go down to 4 days, it just means that I end up having to cram everything from Monday and Tuesday into one day. So we've got that. We've got a few new people joining today, I believe, in production. So we're just going to crack straight into it, see what the day brings, and go from there. So one of the things I do just first thing every single morning, it's become almost like religious for me now, is grab a coffee, and then I come up before the chaos of the day ensues. I just grab my notebook, and I just ask myself in my brain a couple of questions, just to help me really be very intent and very sort of purposeful about what I want to do today. So I will look at my diary now, and my whole day is blocked in time chunks in my Outlook calendar. So everything is blocked, meeting on meeting on meeting, with hopefully ideally little breaks in between, which is great. But even things like forcing myself to have 15 minutes to have a bite to eat at lunchtime, everything like that is anything that I want to be really intentful about and want to make sure I do, is blocked into my calendar. But what helps me to sort of enjoy the day and keep on track a lot more is there will be, without a shadow of a doubt, things that come up today, tomorrow, the rest of this week that I couldn't plan for, predict for. Emergency sagas, situations that unfortunately sometimes need me to be involved in them. Taking the bank hack in last week's episode as a prime example, that pretty much wiped me out for a day and a half, and my whole schedule of that day and a half, which is a very valuable time for us as a business, was then completely cancelled, moved or rescheduled into the following week. So it's things like that. But what this does is it takes a little bit of pressure off me, because what I'll do is I'll ask myself a question every single morning, which is, I can do anything but not everything today. What actually matters today? And I literally write the question out, and then I will just sit and think, just that 10 minutes with a coffee, and just really process. If I could only pick 3 things today, what genuinely really matters today? And then what that means is, in my brain, if something goes wrong and I have to ask my assistant to start moving things around, or I have to just cut things out today, I can prioritise what those 3 that really do count, and I try and make sure I get them done as early on in the day as possible. Therefore, if I have what could turn into a rough day or a negative day, at least I don't feel bad about it when I get home in the evening, because I think, well, do you know what? Those 3 3 things that really matter today, at least they were done. So that's one of the questions I ask myself, and I just spend sort of 5-10 minutes with the coffee first thing in the morning, just effectively journaling my thoughts and
asking myself those questions. And I've been doing that for a couple of months now, and it's been one of the most transformative things I've done in my life, I would say. You know, when I used to hear the term journaling and things like that, I think, oh, that's not for me, but I genuinely, you know, with the amount of pressure and stress and strain that sometimes, you know, we can find ourselves in, just taking that time to ask yourself some questions and get your thoughts out on paper, my God, just sets me up for the day, and I feel like I can then really move forward with a positive mindset before the, you know, teams arrive and I start getting into meetings. So yeah, just a tip of something that works for me if you want to try it. You know, if anyone's got any questions on the other questions and the way I do it and where I've got these sort of ideas from, then feel free to message me. More than happy to share if it helps. Yeah, I think I haven't planned to start that training until 11.
Right, okay.
So even if you've got a few hours in the morning.
But my plan was, then there's no point me getting him up and running on the Friday, and then he goes away for the Monday and the Tuesday, in the batch area doing the role, but he's just hovering, oh yeah, I'll take that up for you, I'll take that up for you, getting the rhythm of how they usually do it, and then then spend 3 days almost just.
But it would be fast of him to just be in the area.
Yeah, well,
because all the stuff's in the area.
I mean is not launching out the big.
We need to, as soon as possible, we need to start getting a feel for how it's even going to work.
That kind of,
so are the interviews picking up?
No. Oh. We're literally scraping.
Because we're going to do a campaign in the next week. Finny's going to start sorting it out today, but we're going to do a mailing blast to. Very brief. We are hiring now multiple roles. Please send your CV to X, and then just list in production all different jobs, so we can start to build a bit more of a presence. It's a hope that, because obviously the Indeed, what's coming through Indeed is just not cutting it.
No.
But you haven't got that many more roles to fill right now, have you? We've got a few night shift.
Yeah, we need to try and find somebody.
Always stuff to talk about.
It's a bit awkward, don't you think?
No, I think it's a must from now on. I think there shouldn't be a day that goes by that it doesn't happen. And even if that means the supervisor takes over doing it, it has to happen, in my opinion, because you can just tell it just lifts the room. It creates community. It's just a no-brainer. We should have implemented it a long time ago. Yeah. But we do need some more bones to it. That's why I'm still not convinced it's perfect yet. It needs some more to it, but it will come off. It will go with a life of its. That's what I mean. Yeah, it will go with a life of its own. I think it will help when we've got some boards, and there's some KPIs, and there's some feedback on the board. Biggest challenges that will definitely help.
I was gonna say, do you want us to do some examples of problems? So like.
If you've got it, it would be brilliant. Yeah, that would be really good. Yeah, okay. Well, let's just get that done, because that's obviously been going on for a couple of weeks. Well, we know it doesn't make sense, but that's why we've brought an engineer out. We'll get that meeting in place. It'd just be good if you were in there, because from my point of view, I might have a vision of what it should be like, but yours could be completely different.
I need to know about it, because I can't manage people effectively if I don't have the correct resources.
So with Michaela, I think the biggest thing needs to be getting, by the end of this week, by Friday, I've blocked some time on Friday afternoon if you can let me know all of the things that you need, like she needs a flowchart for this, a thing for that. Let me know, even if you just scribble it, all the processes you want, and see you for half an hour in here a day to do a debrief, and the rest of your days away. That's music to our ears, the fact that you're
I just think
starting
she's going to leave 4 weeks. I think she's going to leave 4 weeks.
The more information you can give me, I can make video after video after video, and then there's no, we've got it there then. It's like that task video, she can watch that every day now for the next 5 weeks if that's what she needs, without me or you needing to repeat it. It says it all there in black and white.
Well, I started it about a month ago, and we were doing one a month, and the feedback of it's been like off the scale. We just somebody said it to me, it was marketing came up with it and said, oh, like Tay, we want to do something a little bit more sort of people can get into and follow the journey. And because we're going through quite a growth period, we've been sort of documenting it and making it into sort of a 25-minute sort of episode. I'm trying to get to a point where we do it weekly, and we had a camera man following me around doing it, so it was a bit easier. But we're trying to do it more like every single day. The cost of it, having someone full time on that, as you can imagine, is a lot. So we're in that gambling phase where I done one last week, almost done it and see how it went, and it came out all right, to be fair. But it's been really interesting. Like, they're saying no more than they're saying yes, in my opinion, and the only reason I know that is because we've been there. So if a factory tells no, we can't meet that lead time, no, the minimum orders of this product is this, no, we can't bail you out of trouble, that we want to be the ones saying yes, and the only way that we've been able to do that is just by obsessively bringing things in-house. Instead of just having salespeople, we're building out an after-sales team, an order success team. I think because we're putting everything back into just building an unrivaled experience, that's what's been the growth since we did that, since we doubled down on that. But also the fact that we've tried to not just go down one route, so we're not just doing online, we're building out key account team, going after tenders, contracts. So we're trying to play on all fronts. Because I just don't think at the moment you can put your eggs all in one basket in terms of trying to bring, you know, lead and doing stuff that is quite uncomfortable, like this vlog. It's no one that I know is doing it, but people that I've spoken to and have said, hey, if you've got the balls to do it, you know, you're going to stand out from people.
More and more, I did one with I did a live YouTube.
Oh yeah, okay.
Never done anything like
Yeah,
that
I've not
before,
experienced a live yet.
No, I did a live.
Businesses that have just evaporated because they've just not innovated. It just I've seen it so many times. You know, even family, friends, you know, family, you know, people I've worked with in the past. They think that, you know, just want something that works this year isn't going to work. You know, not necessarily next year. And we found it. I mean, like even Google Ads was really good for us for a long time, and then for like the beginning of this year, it's just not working. You know, the cost per lead has just gone so high, it's just not the same compared to what it was. And that's in a year. And then I meet people who have said, oh yeah, exhibitions, it's always the way for us, exhibitions to do it. And then, they're all in on that. So we want to do exhibitions, but we'd never make it just about that. Do you know what I mean? So like putting everything into it. And I think that you just constantly got to be like doing what you're doing. I think that's, you know, if you can get on them YouTube, because that's what people want to do now, don't they? And I went to a seminar the other week and somebody said something which I thought was just brilliant, and they said it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. And that is just like, but that's the thing with this, is, you know, we're not trying to sell our product on this vlog or anything like that. We're just trying to, you know, share things, our story about, and that's the sort of stuff that I would watch, you know, and it's not just about getting business from it, it's even about finding great people, because that's one of our biggest challenges at the moment, is recruitment. It's finding a tough one, and then there's nothing more frustrating than having all the opportunities being handed to you work-wise, but we don't have a team to facilitate it, so you're turning work away, and that's the horrible bit.
So where did it start?
Started in the bedroom. We've got a photo up there which reminds me. Yeah, so that was it. Started from the bedroom.
You started it?
Yeah, started from the bedroom. Yeah, that was 2017, 18. It all blurs now, but yeah, I think it was 2018 officially, yeah. And yeah, just literally was old school, door knocking out of a catalogue, you know, just building it up, getting it off the ground, and the first 2 years was a hard slog. You know, okay, so it'll all just merge into
one, and then it's like, well, where does Blue Star go? There's an opportunity there, there's a name there, which is kind of a...
Yeah, it's a weird, but
good.
Yeah, to fold in, yeah, spread
and
it.
You get some interesting accounts there because you have your marquee companies, but then you also have like hire for companies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's very capital intensive, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah.
And then originally, and he explained your journey. I was like, that's the kind of.
Yeah, it's about aligning with with your ideal, isn't it? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Because it's more of a partnership, and you just feel like you can pick up the phone and have an open and honest conversation. Similar thing, we've just moved banking partners because same story there. It was, you know, we've just been a number, never had any contact from that bank, anything for years since we started, and reach out for help. No one wants to know, but yet you've got another bank that's like, we'd love to, you know, and they give you the most unrivaled service and really want to partner with you because they're looking for the thing. But again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like you said though, it's just about companies aligning with what's a fit for them. We are. So just had a meeting with one of our finance partners, Ben from Conister. So really nice guy, but good to put a face to the name. We just recently started working with them on some of our finance deals and projects as we're scaling on around our equipment. Absolutely brilliant company. We've had a great experience with them so far. So, you know, I would strongly recommend them if anybody is looking for equipment finance or support with news, especially in the printing and promo world. I think they're really helpful, and they've got a keen eye to support good businesses within there. So very nice. Ben's bought some Krispy Kremes, so the team will like that. And yeah, just good to explore, get their perspective on what on their strategy, what they're trying to do. Whenever we work with a partner, we want to see it as a partnership rather than a service. So I think with them, just them understanding when we're trying to go, vice versa, just means that when we're trying to get a deal over the line and work on something, it just runs a lot smoother, and we all know who we're working with for confidence. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Oh hiya, it's Taylor Tassie calling. I was just looking to speak to somebody with regards to one of the properties that you've got listed on Rightmove at the moment. It's a commercial. It's a commercial one, Rollesby. It's land. It doesn't actually say. Yeah, I just had a couple of questions really at this point. Saw you guys weren't exactly local, so I get it. Would you mind? Yeah, that'd be really helpful. So yeah. We can put that in the bloopers. I don't know. It does seem pricey, doesn't it? 400, because we just weren't using it. You know, I've always thought that when this big project's out the way and you guys have got the time to focus on it, I think it could work. There could be a return on it. No, it was a lot more than that, I'm sure. You left this, see that, I mean, to be fair, when you look at that over the amount of people visiting that site, like that before, I've added something to my basket, gone away, and it's emailed me, oh, go on then. And then you fall for it, didn't you? But we haven't got to make a decision today, have we?
No, she just wants to know what's happening next, really, tomorrow. I've got a meeting with her. She
Okay.
wants to know what's happening next. Where are we?
To talk, right, I get it. I think we should just get a bit more of an in-depth thing of, I would play good cop, bad cop, and say, just say, this is we really want it, but, this is a really hard sell, at the moment. Can you just give me why should we go with you and not stick with That's what I think we should do. And then they'll lay it all out, won't they, and say, and then we can make the three of us can almost decide how well worth it is it, amount will be. Because let's be honest, it's 20,000 in there now.
I think that was
It's one of them where we might have to go for it, gamble it, and if after 6 months we're not seeing the thing on it, so Rob might be able to help us set some tracking up to say, right, how much of extra revenue can we attribute to having that, like you said, Flo, with the tracking what they've put in their basket, following them up. If that's good for you, if you're all right to have that meeting with them, I think that would just see what they come back with. So it's been a pretty crazy morning, but really good actually, really productive. We've had a couple of internal meetings, a bit of operational stuff, got our whole web team together, really exciting. That's really coming together now, that website, so I'm really excited about that. We're just pushing everything forward. Final sort of real meeting with loads of momentum where it was like, yeah, I'm doing that, you're doing that, we're pushing forward, this is done, that's done. Came out there actually feeling really, really good. So caught up with some of the teams, and then cracked on for a few bits with my assistant, which was really good. Again, moving some good stuff forward there. And then headed up to visit my business coach consultant. Something I really, really recommend. I'll be honest, and I say this to everyone, at the end of the day, I especially, but loads of people, we are just all making it up as we go along a lot of the time. And getting a business coach consultant to come along with me on this journey, I kind of about, I can't even remember, a year and a bit ago now, something like that. I enlisted the help of a sort of generic sort of business coach, but I kind of see it as a bit of a life coach, business coach, and it's somebody that holds me to account. It's a sounding board. We just talk freely, and I almost see a lot of the time it's a bit like counselling, because self-confessed, running this business and everything is an extremely lonely place, and I have really great highs and sometimes some incredible lows, and and yeah, and just having a sounding board, somebody to prize things out of the brain. You know, my brain is on overdrive every single day, and you know, every fortnight, once a fortnight, I meet, and we just, you know, go over what I committed to doing the previous 2 weeks, where we're at, how things are going, biggest challenges of the business, sounding board on what I'm thinking, holding me to account on different things. And I think that that's so important now. You know, I got to a point where I really love having, you know, a coach, a business coach, you know, a sort of financial consultant, you know, our new bank manager who's been so supportive and helpful to us. You know, that people there to sort of be in that sort of senior team, but they're not necessarily employed directly within the business, but they're still part of my kind of inner circle, if you like, and my sort of core team that I work with day to day. They hold me to account, they offer a sounding board, they give impartial advice, and it just really, really helps. So it's a big bit of advice. I've just had a great couple of hours going through all of our numbers, where we're at, what's going well, what isn't, sounding board on different challenges, getting a different perspective. And for anybody who's, you know, running a business and in that kind of loan space, I would strongly recommend reaching out to look into a business coach consultant. Because I think if you get it right and you put in and you're committed to it and you see the value in it, and I genuinely think that it could be an absolute game changer for you. So more personally than for work. So I've got more out of it personally with stress, anxiety, strain, managing my own thoughts and trying to become a better leader. That's been my biggest thing, because at the end of the day, we're not born like that. I think that comes over time. So yeah, now heading back to the office, lots more meetings this afternoon, very operational at the moment. There's not too many exciting things going on in terms of big projects. There's no, you know, that kind of thing, because it very much where we've grown so significantly in the last few months, I'm very much working on getting our operations and some of our foundations in our team just much better, so we can almost go again with the next level in terms of expanding our property, you know, space for the business, you know, expanding all of our sales, marketing, you know, contracts, but we're trying to get to that really good place. So yeah, heading back now, should be good, and then we'll go from there.
Just send them the link.
If you got me.
I can run you through. I've got a couple of bits to take you through, and then we can, or I sent you.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't, but Darren's watched it, and I just haven't had time, just because I've been a bit solid. But
Absolutely fine.
I've looked at the link.
I'll share my screen.
We got to update some. I heard yesterday we've done some. We've just got some work from Hugo Boss, so we need to add them on. They're quite cool. It's wrapping up Wednesday. Really good day. Just got back. It's about 8 p.m. It's a late one on Wednesday. We had our production sort of workshop with our entire team, day and night shift, where we sort of meeting, get them all a takeaway. And we do it every week now, and we're looking at all of our biggest challenges, you know, looking at our DNA, our values, you know, sort of learning from each other, coming up with ideas collaboratively, presenting those and coming up with, you know, solving challenges at different levels. So that was really good. We've moved forward with a lot of things today. Our sort of back-end website development's really kicking off. I really feel like we made some progress there today. I had a good few hours with my business coach and sort of life coach, if you like, that really made you know, push some things forward and brainstorm some great ideas around there. What else did we do? It's been one of those days today, just flown by. Pushed forward, got a new contract onboarded that we just for a tender for a public sector contract we just won, which is really exciting. Done a handover with the new account manager that's going to be looking after that, which is really exciting. So that was great. And yeah, just been brilliant. We had some new kit installed today, apparently, so I hear. I didn't actually get time to get a look at that, but I've had a confirmation that was in and installed, and so that's exciting, and that's kicking off nicely, which will be great to see how that new sort of setup unveils and that new service line comes in, so that's exciting. Yeah, just pushing forward. Really feel like the last couple of days we are making some progress. It is zigzag, it is up and down, still lots of challenges, but definitely feel like as a sort of whole company we're moving some mountains at the moment and getting some really great people on board with it, so it's exciting. Got probably about an hour and a bit just catching up, you know, on a day like today it's just solid emails. just meetings after meetings, and then the emails and all the sort of admin that comes with that backup, and lots of things people want approval on, feedback on, sign off on, or just advice on it. Something that all kind of stacks up. So gonna spend a bit of time working on that now, just catching up on all what I've missed from the day, processing what's gone on, fresh list, brain dump all the things that came out of some meetings today, and get up and do it all again tomorrow. Happy days. So it's Thursday. We are in the office this morning. Feeling pretty tired this morning, actually. Yesterday was a long day. So, yeah, it's definitely taking its toll this morning. Very intense yesterday. It was one of those days where I just sort of had back-to-back with very minimal breaks in between. I was just trying to squeeze a lot in, so it's definitely taking its toll today. But yeah, we're up, we're in, cracking through, just prioritising some, getting some things out of the brain of what's important today, just sort of journaling, if you like, for a little while, over a coffee. And then getting ready for the day ahead. We've got quite an exciting day today, something I've been putting off for a long time just because I've had so many other things bubbling away, but we're aware that our sort of in-house facility is constantly launching new products, new lines, new services. And aside from them just suddenly appearing in our quoting software and our front-end website, our sales team don't often get proper training on those new lines and understanding what's involved and the sort of pros and cons of different products that they can then offer our clients. So lots of our external factories will come in and visit the team, but our internal team don't offer much training for them. So it's a real sort of weakness that we should have identified a while ago. But anyway, myself and our ops manager are going to be spending the day sort of quite intimately one-to-one with various members of the sales team, showing them different products, new lines, pros, cons, answering any questions about any frustrations they might have with the facility, how things are working, answering questions about upcoming new launches, new services that we're going to be bringing in, getting feedback on what sort of products they would like to see being offered, and where they think there's gaps, because at the end of the day they're on the front line seeing these sort of requirements day to day. So excited. That's most of the day is going to be blocked out for that. I've got a couple of meetings with some contractors for part of the mezzanine extension, so just get a few further quotes on that. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, other than that, it's looking like a pretty jam-packed day. And so proactive, really sort of working for a better tomorrow. If we can sort of up the ante in terms of the training and the sort of systems and processes at the moment. I think that's really the unlocking the key to the next phase for us. So yeah, cracking on.
The only time we can send emails and say we're at max is when it's actually been like 3, 4, 5 days have been completely locked out across. That's the only way it would work. But from a production point of view, that is the dream, is to just next available production slot, because then we haven't got a schedule and worry about.
Press a button and it goes, you've got a mug, a bottle, a notebook, fulfillment box,
Okay.
shipped to your address.
Yeah, that's going to have right, okay, thanks mate. Is that the only snag you've noticed so far?
Yeah.
Okay, leave that with me. So he's on it then, he's testing it to find out. I'll speak to him properly. Alright, cool. I'll speak to him, yeah, thanks. I'll see what I can do. I'll speak to him.
But when I looked at it and I did it online, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
It should be on their website, so it's like, faster.
Is around stuff that we don't currently offer, but you boys are like, it'd be so good if we could offer this, offer that. And now I'm filling up my notebook full of stuff and then just going to go away and try and implement as much of it as possible. And then anything, you want to know more about the product, why this, why that, we just go with the flow of what you boys think. But we tried to get...
So it's Friday, we are heading in for another day. End of the week, it's been a weird week this week, felt really full on. I don't know if that's just because we're generally busy or because it's been a 4-day week, so everything's been tried to be crammed into 4 days. But yeah, we've got a few, the usual internal meetings this morning, pushing ahead on a few projects. Haven't seen how all the success and, after sales, that new kind of department that we've been working on has been getting on for 3 days or so now. So going to jump in and catch up with them this morning, try and put some automations in for them. We've got some insurance calls this afternoon with some potential cyber security insurance and the like that we're going to look at getting in place in light of what happened in last week's episode. So yeah, pretty full on day. Going to try and get some admin done, some emails, and catch up on all the actions of things I promised I would do throughout the week's meetings. So yeah.
Didn't do that. What was different yesterday to the last 2 days? Yeah, because what's done is done, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of what we could have done differently. Is there anyone that thinks any of us could have done anything differently yesterday to have prevented that at all? So, apologies about the audio on my way into work this morning. Didn't realise, but there was obviously something wrong with the audio, so sound absolutely horrific. But this is a genuine, non-scripted vlog of what the ups and downs of running this business and my life, and I want to keep this on record for many years to come to look back on. So I'm not re-filming it. It was genuine, and I hadn't plugged the microphone in properly, and that was why. So that would be why the audio sounded crap. But yeah, so been a fairly good morning. It was an early start this morning. We got in just before 7 o'clock, which was nice. Really cracked in because it's just been one of those crazy weeks this week where it's just flown by, and I've got tons to do. Another couple of little internal meetings on some big projects we've got going on internally. Had a good catch up with I've been sort of leading with our ops manager Cody, a morning production huddle. Had a few issues recently with where we've grown and scaled quite a lot. Our production, we've had a lot, our sort of on time in full KPI metric is just not quite there enough. It's not at that 99% that we want. So I've been sort of pitching in and trying to infuse a bit of energy, effort and enthusiasm into the production team, both with our Wednesday night sort of workshops, but also for that 5-minute morning huddle every morning, just to try and dissect. And I just want to know from the people that are living it every day, I want to know what's stopping them from getting there. And we've had some incredible feedback from it so far, and we're really sort of asking why. So always want to be asking, right, okay, that didn't go, why didn't it go? Because so-and-so did this, right, why did that happen, right, and it's, when you really dig back, it's incredible, some of the most stupid, basic things that are nobody's fault, just little system snags, little process snags, something that's caused a ripple effect of problems that ultimately just affects, our customers and our colleagues. So asking why more and more every day, it's really making a difference. So yeah, onwards and upwards with the day.
Oh, I don't have to take this random thing on.
Right, where's this chair? Right, so. Yeah, you can't get a drink. No drinks. We're on shot. No drinks.
It's just that bit.
Good morning.
I can see your dirty desk. Clean desk policy. Look.
Chuck it on the floor quick.
Yeah. Have you got that folder that she originally? Just so, because what I was thinking is the spreadsheet, if we could have it on one side whilst we're reviewing it on that side. The price proposal, yeah.
This one?
Yeah, that one.